The girl took off the astronaut's helmet. He was suffocating from the lack of oxygen. But soon, he calmed down. She opened her arms and floated into the air. Moments later, the entire planet was filled with oxygen. Just a few days earlier, the astronaut's spaceship had collided with a meteor and crash-landed on this unknown planet. Frustrated, he kicked a rock, but the next second, he picked it up and threw it into the distance. Oh my god. It turned out the planet was only the size of a basketball court. Trying to survive, he planted a small sapling, but just a few hours later, it had withered away, leaving him in despair. Just then, a UFO came crashing down in front of him. Curious, he ran over to check it out. No one was inside the cockpit, but when he looked up, what he saw left him speechless. That withered seedling had suddenly grown into a massive tree, and under the tree stood a pink fairy. When she saw the astronaut, her cheeks slowly turned red. He shyly said hi to her. She didn't say a word, just stepped closer and stared at him for a moment. Then she ran into his spaceship and took out all the dead plants. With her care, they immediately came back to life. During that time, the fairy happened to grab his hand. He started breathing heavily, nervous. Worried, the fairy quickly took off his helmet. At first he was suffocating from the lack of oxygen, but soon, the fairy worked her magic and filled the entire planet with oxygen. He could finally breathe freely again. As time went on, they got to know each other. They watched shooting stars together, watched sunsets together, played and laughed together. On this lonely planet, their bond quickly deepened. The astronauts want to confess their love for Fairy, but just as he was about to speak, she turned and walked away, just as he was about to leave in sadness. Then slowly, life began to flourish across the planet. They built a home of their own, and soon, they had 2 adorable daughters. The family of 4 lived happily on this once lonely planet, but the happiness didn't last. After supplying oxygen to the planet for so long, the fairy's body grew weaker and weaker. She couldn't even eat her favorite mangoes anymore. The astronaut was heartbroken. The once vibrant planet turned barren again. He held the girl he loved in his arms. As the last leaf fell from the tree, his wife passed away forever. Soon after, he too began to suffocate from lack of oxygen, and slowly lost consciousness. When he woke up again, he was surprised to find he could breathe freely. It turned out, his daughters had inherited their mother's gift. Soon, the withered plants began to sprout again, and life returned to the planet. One day, their dog woke the astronaut from a nap. Suddenly, another spaceship came crashing down from the sky. They ran over to see what was going on. And in the next moment, the astronaut broke into a long-lost smile. So, what do you think he saw? Well, that's the end of the movie. If you liked my video, don't forget to give it a like and follow. Thanks for watching.